Hello, my dear friend. This is day number 17. Welcome back into my tea garden. How are you feeling today? How is your inner child? How is everything? I'm wondering, have you connected with your inner child? What is she saying to you? Have you done things with your inner child? Is it enhancing your life or not yet? Being childish, whatever that means, seems like a negative thing. Don't be so childish as an adult. But that's exactly where the magic lies, I think. So being childish and do things and be creative and just play around, like here. I think that's the key to everything, all right? Just be different, be yourself, and follow your intuition and creativity and whatever else is coming your way, all right, my dear friend? So day number 17, as I said, we're going to go see what happens next. And as always, let's just go and find out more. This outer perspective chapter is about to come to an end. I think we have today and tomorrow, I think, and then we should be done. And then it's going to be more crisp. For me, at least, I like what comes when we go to the chapter. I got the poison and the remedy. I got the pulsating rhythmical remedy. From then on, I think it's really cool because it goes really, but it gets very interesting. Okay? Okay, so let's go. We're going to go and see what happens next at the New York Film Academy at the printer with this girl. What happened? All right. Quickly, her kind soul then informed mine that one, her manager at her current Italian restaurant part-time occupation, happened to be in urgent need for a food runner, preferably a guy though, that two, I definitely should be stopping by there at 5 p.m. today and give it a shot, as one never knows after all, if I'd like to, of course, and that three, I should be asking for the manager Nini, by then informing her that her soul sent mine Nini's way. Ha! What? Sweet! Of course I shall. Yay! With that, our two vessels then parted, and with it also my already made plans for the day ahead. Thy will is my command. Smile. At exactly 5 p.m. on this particular Tuesday in early May 2007, my vessel then, as directed, curiously found itself walking into this restaurant called Grotto, which used to be located on Forsyth Street between Groom and Grant, right at the borderline of the Lower East Side and Chinatown. The second that I entered through the already open doorway, my eyes immediately came to notice a very busy and in a hurry seemingly girl with dark glasses behind the bar, who kept herself busy with getting all the candles ready for the night ahead. Shyly, little Linda then went ahead, asked as instructed for this Nini manager, and right away came to learn that she already found herself in the midst of talking to her. Bingo! Perfect! Quickly my soul therefore went ahead, let hers in on my story and intention, which caused hers to respond rather relieved and with a slight French-sounding accent. We really need someone right now. Could you be back in 1.5 hours with a black t-shirt and start with your first training tonight? What? Tonight already? Wow! Super astounded about this turbo speeding thy wishes, my command delivered result at hand, my vessel then exited this grotto with a happy, yes, absolutely, sounds great, see you in 1.5 hours response. Wow, that really turned out to be another perfect timing par excellence experience. Woohoo! Excited about this whole twist of my just-entered job hunting adventure, I then took off, purchased the required t-shirt somewhere on Broadway, and returned just in time again, ready to rock and roll. Yeehaw! A lovely French waitress then took little Linda under her wings for the night and showed her all the ropes needed for this available runner position at hand. This down-on-earth gastronomy spectacle certainly right away introduced my soul into a complete different experience living on Earth game reality check by further providing her with many more unknown expressions, with new approaches, and with the introduction into New York's famous fast-paced, are you ready to get rocked restaurant working rhythm. Oh yeah. Then at the end of my mutually successful perceived completed first training session, my quite pleased manager ended up happily inviting my vessel back for the following evening, as her Swiss-French originated soul very much resonated with our like-minded work dynamic and interpretation. Wink. Well, and as my soul very much so felt drawn to this newly attracted growth and expansion challenge at hand, I instantly found myself accepting my fellow Swiss confederates' connecting and belonging opportunity invitation and kept on returning for many more throughout the following 4.5 years. That's right. Ha! Who would have thought that this Plan B mission completion would reveal itself into such a smooth and easy flowing ride by providing little Linda after some unexpected magical twists and turns with exactly the described Swiss gastronomy outcome. Cool. Yeah, this is so cool. Wink. The result of a heart-over-head chosen strategy, this storyline certainly ended up carrying. This I remain certain of. Oh yeah. Well, and as this wonderful, perfectly timed connecting and belonging opportunity seemed to need a little bit more of a magical touch in order to assure my soul that she found herself absolutely on track, I, within my first 2 grotto months, came to face 2, my soul, quite mind-blowing synchronicity par excellence experiences. Ready? Let's go. My very first coincidence took place with my friendly new manager, who, as already mentioned, started her Living on Earth game ride on the opposite side of my beloved Lake Constance area, which happens to be in a small village right at the Lake Geneva. Ha! That's right. Now, early on into our getting to know one another journey, Nini at some point shared that her in the late 1970s appeared vessel grew up in this with 14,000 populated village located right next to Lausanne called Morges. What? Did she just say Morges? Morges? No way. Yes way. Her Swiss home sweet home base of over 2 decades truly turned out to be the exact same spot during which my Myrna and I each Friday experienced the honor of getting taught all the many magical tips and tricks of how to become a perfect housewife and housekeeper for 10 months straight. LOL. Yep. Nini even ended up reminding little Linda of our delightful housekeeping school's name, which at this point of her travels mysteriously seemed to have slipped her mind. Oops, wink. Marcelin. It was, and this word to this day actually reliably finds itself ungrowingly filling my entire vessel with many giggling vibrations as soon it somehow pops up. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Yes, this synchronicity certainly threw a quite impressive effect onto my soul, as the chances of one encountering someone from that exact rather tiny Swiss spot in this very crowded concrete jungle experience I perceived as very, very slim, and to then too end up working for this particular soul for quite some years, and this 3 even in the field of in her hometown undergone education in 1991. Boah, that must even more so explain as of why she felt very satisfied with little Linda's work ethic. LOL. Hey, and who knows, maybe the 2 of our vessels even happened to have first crossed paths back then already. One way or the other. Ha! Who knows, right? Well, and right within this interesting ice-breaking Marcelin discovery spectacle, our nicknames found its birthing moment as well, which ever since left Nini as la maman and little Linda once more as la jeune fille, which terminology indicates a teenaged girl's housekeeping apprentice function at hand within any French-speaking mentioned environment. Wink, love. Then my second interesting coincidence or incident followed a few weeks after, on a June evening at around 6 p.m., whilst I found myself in the midst of my backyard station getting ready mission. Very vividly, I do recall how my vessel therefore quite quickly slid behind the indoors located wooden bar in order to grab some clean water glasses from the shelf, as suddenly one of the just entered vessels released the unthought of, "Hey, did you by any chance ever work as the bank manager at the TKB Airline?" line. Holy moly, what? What did this girl just ask me right now? Somebody poke me, please. Gina? This question instantly managed to stop my entire existence for about 3 seconds, whilst my soul came to realize that my Swiss past just caught up with my, on this the other planet, new created now moment reality. Boah! Absolutely dazzled and somewhat shocked, I then slowly turned my face towards an unfamiliar appearing face by further instantly confronting her with a "Who on heaven's earth are you?" by then wanting to know how she possibly would own the knowledge of my previous functions set within a reality existence located far, far away from Grotto's ground. Yeah, please tell me, yeah. Quite excited, her soul then went ahead and began to explain in her right in that very now moment into the familiar Thurgau switch dialect. "Oh, we actually met at your work a few years back. Do you remember? I used to weekly stop by during my apprentice years for my boss XYZ in order to exchange some important data tapes in his safety deposit box before I then moved to Paris for 4 years and then to Manhattan. Oh, and my hair used to be very, very short at that time." Click! And right during her clarification speech, little Linda straight away found herself able to successfully detect its matching tape within her well-kept head cinema archive by furthermore remembering exactly who this from then teenaged Sinead O'Connor look-alike into that at now shoulder-length with bangs styled twins metamorphosed Thurgauer vessel was. Wow! What another quite crazy coincidence this interaction truly turned out to be. Out of the blue, this former indirect TKB client, who also happened to know my dear extended family member Lucia, suddenly appeared incognito in my next attracted connecting and belonging work environment, and this in this tiny and rather unnoticeable Big Apple Grotto location. Wow, wow, wow. The magical universe. The magical and all-time surprising universe. Ha! Now let's jump back to my overall experience grotto journey, which Living on Earth game chapter soon happened to reveal itself as a true jackpot on all levels, and this for many various reasons. Oh yeah! During my first 2 years, for example, I weekly found my vessel being called in for my speedy, friendly, and reliable runner services whenever an extra set of hands and feet were needed, which usually occurred during their busiest hours on Friday and Saturday evenings and occasionally on Thursdays. So whenever little Linda found herself surrounded within her desired connecting and belonging environment, she then therefore always ended up feeling quite excited about the opportunity to, one, dedicate a few hours of her granted abundance of time fortune towards some useful service to others' activities, and to, two, exist amongst some like-minded souls during its execution. Well, and her excitement, including love for this quite diverse, fun food runner occupation, and for all the many there encountered souls, must have ended up sparking so much passion within her vessel that at some point the from Munich originated Germanic owner, including La Maman, decided to increase her hourly rate with another $5. Boom! Wow! What? How amazing! Thank you! Yes, and as this from their end quite motivating first and only ever granted food runner salary raise infused my entire work ethic and overall enthusiasm, even more so, my vessel then eventually ended up getting fired from my runner services a few months later. What? What? True fact. And all for the wonderful one reason of finding myself getting promoted to a newly opened waitressing position instead. Ha! That's right. Well, and Nini's reasoning for this adjustment, alongside with the completion of my further acting studies, turned out to be that the moment finally had arrived in which my soul's quite advanced social and selling skills needed to get implemented more in the front side of things, and that this tweaking action step certainly would reflect a positive light onto both ends' income numbers. Ha! And spot on her soul certainly was with this fortune prediction. Wink. Now, even though I found myself quite excited about this upgraded position at hand, I on the other end also ended up detecting some lower occurring vibrations, mixing up my overall emotional awareness state of mind, as this job after all very much so grew on my soul throughout this really fun food runner living on earth game execution of 2 years. Yep. Quite saddened about this unexpected appeared letting go of something that apparently no longer serves one's growth and expansion experience at hand, little Linda therefore instantly found herself approaching La Maman after this getting fired reality check update with the request to at least being granted to keep one of her weekend runner shifts for now in order to please her attachment for this then super fun given grotto door opening opportunity at hand. Hesitantly, her soul, after some pondering, understandingly ended up supporting little Linda's desire for about 2 weeks before she then kindly got asked to execute her letting go exercise ASAP in order to make room for a replacement of my choice. Boom. Alrighty then, deal. After some reflecting over a possible perfect fitting soul match, my inner voice suddenly brought a dear ex-NIFA Paris originated classmate as the one to my attention, who truly ended up being the pleasing solution for this transition at hand. Yay! Shortly after, I therefore found myself in the position of passing along all the needed ropes to ma chouchette for her newly attracted runner position by taking her under my wings for the time being. Voila, ça y est. Boom. Then, once I allowed myself to fully let go of the past by embracing the now moment with this upgraded waitressing position at hand, my soul actually at some point ended up realizing that somehow she managed to find herself floating within a work equals fun environment that too even included her favorite state of being able to work freely in my own style and rhythm by being fully trusted with no direct boss in my back reality creation. Wow! Cool. Yeah, this is so cool. Yay! And merci la maman, bisous. Looking back, I also happily find myself sharing with you, my beloved co-traveler, that this from the Swift Universe delivered Grotto, Connecting and Belonging chapter indeed revealed itself as the from my soul perfect and literal life-changing request, game and fun fact enhancer solution. That's right. And as life-changing this Plan B Swiss Air resume printing out resolution, I certainly do find myself perceiving this opportunity as most of my newly created network and like-minded friendship bonds within this second Little Linda Big Apple childhood acting dream ride, my soul successfully ended up tying throughout my vessels travels at that German-owned Italian restaurant. Ha! Who would have thought that this magically delivered package would include truly everything that my soul very much felt attuned with right at that exact moment of her travels? Abracadabra. This thoughts become things theory certainly proved itself to be of truth, as it blessed my ongoing boot camp ride with delicious and real food, great and fun co-workers. Many provided challenges and lessons to support my soul's fast, speeding, and ongoing growth and expansion development desire. New like-minded friends and acquaintances, Little Linda's in NYC-based extended family member community, which partly even rooted back to Switzerland and Germany. Lots of fun and freedom, a steady income, deep conversations, ongoing responsibilities, that taking care of feeding my entertaining, socializing, and strongly emerging helping syndrome urges in a wild and free environment, quite crazy parties, many incredible and unbelievable anything goes Big Apple experiences, and all of those countless memorable adventures even got topped off with Little Linda's meanwhile further developed favorite own music taste in the form of in the background a spotlessly orchestrated soundtrack delivery, and this all night long, all night, oh yeah, boom boom, and hooray! Thank you. Speaking of quite crazy parties, well, the countless dancing and celebrating this living on earth game adventure of mine as often as possible, granted opportunities certainly keep on presenting themselves as probably one of my most favorite embarked grotto spectacles at hand, which announcement usually found itself taking place in a monthly set rhythm, and this in the form of its original Who is Sexy named experience, which identity, along with time, found itself transmuting into a deep and juicy excursion, followed by its in January 2014 ending, and meanwhile legendary Sweet and Low, known formation celebration. That's right. Legend says that this ritual found its birthing night all the way back to a surprise 40th vessel celebration spectacle of a in Nice, France, originated former grotto co-worker, which La Maman's soul happily organized for this dear grown friends of hers as soon as all the stoves got turned off at around midnight, and this all night long, all night, oh yeah. Ha! Well, and this celebration spectacle must have unfolded itself with so much fun that many attendees instantly requested more of this wild East experienced adventure in an ongoing avalanche appearing special effect approach. Boom. As Nini's Swiss-originated soul, thankfully as well, very much so, finds herself attuned with the fun facts to one, celebrate her own living on Earth game ride with as much fun as possible, and this too, accompanied with preferably deep house, electro, and other funky chosen beats, she therefore right away found herself more than open to officially continue this then born monthly Who is Sexy ritual after from the owner granted green light. Yeehaw! Of course, little Linda reacted more than thrilled about this out of the blue appeared every last Saturday of the month. I can't stop raving, after our extra treat at hand. And those time traveling opportunities most definitely served as a true enhancement towards her overall undergone connecting and belonging grotto journey by simultaneously also successfully evoking many of these home sweet home desired vibrations with each passing month. Yup. And this is how it all worked. As the floor plan of this restaurant found itself divided into two separate long and narrow dark wooden dining room areas, they, based on their overall appearances, therefore started to carry their names of the dark room and the red room, of which the latter description most certainly last appeared into my awareness during Twin Peaks' final episode in season 2. Ha! The hours are not what they seem. That's right, LOL. Then, parallel to Midnight's approach, the overall staff's goal of converting the red room into a dimmed and cozy dance floor area and to equip it with its temporary created DJ booth, including its quite experience enhancing sound system, slowly started to arise as well. Boom. My vessel's responsibilities from the get-go always remained in 1, the stacking of all the dining tables and chairs into the outdoors area exercise, in 2, ensuring that every possible previous dinner indications vanished, in the 3, caretaking of the desired hominess special effect spreading vibrations by adding many candles into its dimmed space, and in 4, to lastly switch the inviting and quite bright orange-red grotto neon sign into its off-mode state of appearance. Switch. Once these tasks successfully got accomplished, my following mission then resulted in altering the dark room into its matching loungy theme-based space. The German owner Schnauzi, who gained his nickname via La Maman, based on a, from his end, quite funny picked deep and juicy Halloween black mustache costume detail on a particular year, and the main DJ of the night, would always simultaneously to little Linda's doings take care of the setting the big loudspeakers, including the DJ booth with a few tables up task, and of any further required technical installments in order to provide every arriving wild and free wired soul an amazing vibrational excursion. Music is the answer to your problems, so keep on moving so you can solve them. Yup, that is where it all happened. Ha! Then, in order to provide every grotto attendee an as smooth and professional as possible dinner into an underground club transition ride, the on-duty staff's goal and focus during those particular evenings therefore always resulted in the coordination of letting the red room getting filled up first by ensuring that after a certain set time, any newly arriving dining guests would be welcomed into the dark room area in order to ensure for their many available senses to enjoy their just entered indulging journey to the fullest, and this in an undisturbed manner. That's right. As soon as I found myself in my upgraded work state reality position, my vessel therefore instantly got declared as the said waitress in the red, my favorite room, on these special Saturdays, so that I closely would be finding myself being enabled to, as smooth as an operator, overview, orchestrate and guide the entire ongoing ceremony into its let's get ready to rock and roll converting flow. And let's go. Another reality check happening that my soul truly loved about these quite adventurous nights unraveled itself with the fact that some of our wild and free-spirited regulars decided to embark onto their sweet and low journey with some yummy grotto food first, by then further celebrating each granted living on Earth game opportunity as a unit throughout the following few hours up until this point, during which either their souls or ours found themselves ready to travel back home sweet home for some well-deserved bzzz moments. Ha! And now you might be finding yourself wondering, my curious co-traveler, as of how late our doors would remain open then for. Right? Well, and that answer is exactly why this entire anything goes spectacle quite soon got well known in New York's after-hour underground scene, and this mainly by its convenient and fast-speeding word-to-mouth delivered advertising tool, as little Linda already experienced it throughout her small Apple travels. Wink. Now, the last on set spinning DJ usually would be starting to slowly tune down those many fine vibrating tracks as soon as the warm sun welcomed Mother Earth anew, somewhere between 6 and 7 a.m., or whenever the spirit of this mini Burning Man organized celebration on a rare occasion began to fade away earlier. Yup, that long. Our busiest and craziest hours, though, as for its after-hour theme, therefore typically unfolded themselves any time after 4 a.m., alongside with the arrival of all the many wild and free-spirited concrete jungle night owls who instantly kept enhancing Grotto's already quite maniac existing magic with the contribution of their own "let's go crazy" self. Ha! Certainly, those late-night celebrations at times even ended up attracting the attention of any bypassing cops, which possible party pooper endangerment Nini's soul thankfully always intuitively knew how to dismantle within a snap, with her innocent Swiss charm, once being alarmed from our hired bouncer, whilst the entire gathered Grotto community supported her doings as silently as lambs indoors. Snap. Then, as soon as the green light was back, the music got turned on anew, and all the remaining vessels continued their celebrations, even more so with a now even newly added "let's go crazy" reason. Oh yeah. Fortunately, our many close-by Forsyth Street neighbors all along reacted very understandingly throughout those many hooey, sexy, deep and juicy, and sweet and low rides at count, and some of them ended up joining our festivities on a regular basis, which incidences always succeeded in adding an even more special touch onto this family-style happening at hand. Oh yes. These last Saturdays of the month shifts might somewhat appear as rather long ones, so they truly were indeed. Though super fun ones, and the time during these quite interesting unfolding time-traveling hours always sped by within a snap, and sometimes even way too fast for little Linda's taste. Ha! That's right. Well, since my soul got provided with so many super happy comfort zone boosting fun fact criterias, with freedom, with belonging, with her style of celebrating this quite precious granted living on earth game ride as Linda wartenweiler, her collecting all the empty glasses and bottles, including the stacking the bar with whatever was needed task, therefore always made those many on-duty hours appear as being out and about rather than being at work. Oh yeah. And of course, I at times even put on my dancing shoes in order to test the DJ's work. Ha! That's right. What a great combo these shifts simply turned out to be. And on top of it all, my soul even got paid for enjoying a different style of an I've had the time of my life experience. Thank you. With this unexpected, what other hobby besides watching movies and TV shows, enjoying music, dancing, and celebrating this living on earth game adventure of mine as often as possible could I possibly turn into a fun paying profession opportunity? The magical universe definitely succeeded in introducing little Linda to a further quite appealing income resource style, which represents itself as help, dance, play, formula. Ooh. As sweet and juicy, this discovery truly keeps on resonating with my soul ever since. Love. Then, as with everything on Mother Earth's plane, change is an inevitable, never-ending occurring reality truth, and therefore things at my beloved Connecting and Belonging Grotto opportunity slowly started to take their own twists and turns, as well by instead reliably creating the required room for every then involved soul to embark onto their own further individual designed expansion and growth adventures. Beloved co-workers therefore started to move on, and new ones appeared instead. Regulars turned into strangers, and new strangers into regulars. Along with these ongoing vibrational shifts, new ones arose as well, in which a sudden appeared taking advantage of generosity mindset called in restrictions on all ends, and that chain reaction eventually caused for this with magic filled grotto bubble to in one smack explode right in front of little Linda's eyes. Poof, bye-bye. And these shifting moments, therefore, then left my connecting and belonging opportunity of 4 years melt into a serious, mundane, and quite chaotic cat and mouse whirlwind dance, which, as for its exchange rate, successfully assisted my ongoing bootcamp journey to take off to its finest by providing it a lot of wood to ignite little Linda's second and third NYC experienced breakdowns within 1 month's time, accompanied with a rapid loss of appetite, including pounds for starters. Yeehaw! One way or another, I'm gonna get ya, want ya, oof. Then 5 months into this new self-created, unhealthy, and somewhat low-vibrating grotto experience of mine, my soul finally came to accept this from my heart quite a while ago announced new letting go of something that no longer serves one's growth and expansion reality check, and the therefore required, procrastinated, uncomfortable appearing, and more than overdue time to say goodbye action step prosecution. Oh no, sniff. Yes, that's when it also dawned on me that the kind universe seemed to have provided me all along with their required letting go indicating signs, and this in the same manner as it already did during little Linda's frustrating last few months in Ireland. What? Yes, this entire new whirlwind spectacle at some point suddenly triggered the back then recorded tape onto little Linda's head cinema screen, which rerun with no doubt seemed to match the ongrowing scenario at hand. Wow! As how interesting this awareness truth simply kept on striking my soul. Certainly, I instantly found myself asking, as a what further precious life toolbox ingredient little Linda was supposed to gain out of these two matching coincidental insights at hand, by then wondering if it maybe resulted in the whenever the easy flow of one's living on earth game ride is starting to get bumpy, accompanied with some inner ongrowing resistance, that a change of some sort would be of help in order to then successfully being enabled to step back into this magical easy rider state of experience again if desired. Awareness interpretation. Ha! Well, my soul meanwhile very much finds herself resonating with this truth after having come across a few more of those deja vu special effect revelations within her further untaken travels and adventures throughout time and space. That's right. That's right. So, exactly. That's right. Ay, ay, ay. Yes. Grotto. I loved it. I loved it. It was fantastic. Fun. But everything has an end. As we say, changes is always happening. Everything I know has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like in every acting scene, this is what I learned at the New York Film Academy. Every scene has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And everything in life has always a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I came to understand that it's important. I see it as a stepping stone, one stepping stone at a time that we're taking. So it is important for me to find out that this is not always easy, but to pay attention on to when it starts, when in the middle, and when a situation or whatever it is ending, coming to an end, so that we can go on to the next stepping stone. That is a crucial thing, I think, a crucial awareness check, if you want to call it that way. yeah, you just pay attention to what is a beginning, a middle, and an end. When do we have to let go of something, even though someone, whatever it is, it can be a thought, it can be inside of yourself, it can be outside, something in a material thing. Yeah, it can be a belief system, it can be an apartment, it can be a job, it can be a relationship in whatever form that is. It can be of a piece of clothing, habits that we have in the mornings, or evenings, whenever that is, routines. Yeah, it's just important to find out when has something served out, when have we taken advantage of it, the fullest advantage, so that we can go into the next level upon our path. So something like that is what I try to master or pay attention to, which is an interesting exercise. Maybe you want to give it a try. It is interesting. Okay, my dear friend, that's it. We will be diving into more tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we'll be ending the outer world, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, so go ahead, do you, do you. Think big, think different, do you is my slogan that I found in my book. We will come across to that as well at some point, more towards the end. But this is what I urge everyone. Think big, think different, do you. Because you are unique, I'm unique, everyone is unique. Every insect, every plant, whatever exists, everything is unique. And so are you, all right? Okay, pay your inner child some attention. That's also important. Start parenting it. Give it some time. Take it out. Buy it some things. And yes, connect with yourself. That is really very valuable. Okay? All right. So I see you soon. And take care. Bye-bye for everything. And thank you for everything. Bye-bye. All right? All right. Take care.